How many people can go their entire lives without feeling stressed? While that may seem like an oblivious question, let's do a little exercise just in case some of the people in this audience have not had the pleasure of experiencing stress. You are given a number along with everyone else in the room. When your number is called, you must give a 5-minute impromptu speech on a given topic drawn from a hat. This topic is not drawn until you step up to speak. There will be stage lights, television cameras, microphones, and all around you. The judges have been trained to give negative signals such as these. My topic today is stress. Stress affects you depending on your view of it. I am qualified to discuss this topic because of my experience with stress and my hours of research on the topic. There are 3 main points I will discuss in the body of my speech. My first main point will cover the problem of stress. My second main point will examine some causes of stress. And my third main point will uncover the solution to harmful stress. Let's begin with the problems surrounding my topic. My first main point will discuss the problems surrounding stress. Stress is unavoidable. At some point, everyone will experience stress. Kelly McGonigal points out in her book, The Upside of Stress, published in 2016, stress is harmful. Stress increases health problems, the risk of dying, and depression. Stress is paralyzing, debilitating, and makes people selfish. Stress is also damaging physically. According to the article, Protective and Damaging Effects of Stress Mediators, Central Role of the Brain, published in 2006 by Bruce McEwen, the brain is the organ that decides what is stressful. He also points out that the brain is a biological organ that changes under acute and chronic stress. And because the brain controls many other functions and processes in the body, stress can negatively affect a person's health through the changes in the brain. Now that you are familiar with the problem behind stress, I will address the cause of stress. My second main point will cover the causes of stress. There are many causes of premature death in the United States, including heart disease, cancer, diabetes, suicide, and Parkinson's disease. But one big one missing is stress. I know, you probably think I'm crazy. However, Kelly McGonigal points out in her TED Talk, How to Make Stress Your Friend, she gave in 2013, that in 2012, stress was the 15th largest cause of death in the U.S. Actually, let me rephrase that. The 15th largest cause of death in the U.S. in 2012 was the belief that stress was bad for you. Kelly McGonigal also points out a study that estimated there were 182,000 Americans who died prematurely from the belief that stress was bad for them over an 8-year period. That averages out to about 20,000 people per year dying from harmful stress. This means that stress kills more people in a year than diseases such as skin cancer, HIV, and AIDS. Now I will take a look at the emotional causes of stress. According to an article entitled Stress, Health, and Benefits of Social Support, published in 2004 by Margot Shields, some statements one might answer yes to if they are under stress are as follows. You are trying to take on too many things at once. There is too much pressure on you to be like other people. Too much is expected of you by others. You don't have enough money to buy the things you need, and or you lost your job. While these are just a few questions, I felt this list may include at least one thing everybody could relate to. The reality is that there are an endless amount of causes of stress. Now that we have covered the problem of stress as well as some causes, let's look at the solution to stress. My third main point is going to cover the solution to harmful stress. Living a stress-free life is not a realistic goal, but that is okay. The solution does not require that you live a stress-free life. However, the solution does require that you be willing to make some changes in your life. The good news is that the solution is something everyone can do. Deborah Rosman and Doc Childry point out in their book, Transforming Stress, published in 2005, the lack of understanding of how to address emotions is the primary cause of today's stress epidemic. It is okay to admit to how you are feeling. For some, maybe writing in a journal is a helpful tool for addressing emotions. For others, they may just need to sit and think about it. Just find what works for you. In the book 10 Simple Solutions to Stress, published in 2006 by Claire Wheeler, physical activity helps relieve physical stress. Additionally, since stress can cause irregular sleep patterns, exercise promotes healthy sleep patterns. You don't even have to exercise for an hour a day. Getting out for a walk or a bike ride will help you as well. Once again, just figure out what works for you. Claire Wheeler also points out in her book that dieting is not an effective way to manage stress. She says, when people are on a weight loss program, they're much more likely to overeat in response to stress. Eating the right foods, though, can help reduce stress. Rather than finding a diet plan, focus on eating foods in their natural state, such as maybe some fruit or vegetables, and find a good balance that works for you. Zig Ziglar once stated, "The healthiest of all human emotions is gratitude." Focus some of your time to be thankful. Show others that you are thankful. Replace your negative thinking with gratitude to help improve the way stress affects you. Lastly, determine that stress will not tear you down. When you start feeling stressed, imagine your body preparing for a challenge. Imagine your body figuring out a way to help you overcome obstacles. Let stress better you in every way possible. Earlier, I pointed out that Kelly McGonigal pointed out in her book, The Upside of Stress, that stress is harmful. However, she goes on to say, stress is harmful, except when it's not. Stress increases the risk of health problems, except when people regularly give back to their communities. Stress increases the risk of dying, except when people have a sense of purpose. Stress increases the risk of depression, except when people see a benefit in their struggles. Stress is paralyzing, except when people perceive themselves as capable. Stress is debilitating, except when it helps you perform. Stress makes people selfish, except when it makes them altruistic. In conclusion, today I discussed the topic of stress. There were 3 main points I focused on today. My first main point discussed the problem of stress. My second main point covered some causes of stress. And my third main point looked at some solutions to harmful stress. You can walk away from this speech and be able to live not a stress-free life, but more powerfully because of how you view stress. It is up to you whether stress is harmful or helpful. Do not worry and dread about what stress brings. Instead, embrace it.